Hi everyone, welcome to today's collective video. I'm going to get ready, but I wanted to talk a little beforehand so I don't forget about what I'm like talking with the divine about. I channel oracle and tarot card messages or messages from the divine upstairs with oracle and tarot cards. But I was talking about how to re-empower yourself when others have kind of taken over your identity with their actions and they make you feel a certain way about your life being a certain way. And how it's not about judging others, but it's about getting your focus back to yourself and releasing the need to judge others. And that's going to help a lot if you want to level up in terms of being like a millionaire and getting the perfect partner, or having the friends that make you feel alive, or going on trips, or whatever you want in life. This is a way for you to get over things in terms of it does not really matter in the end when it comes to any emotional stuff, because that stuff is just for you and no one else. We all have our own emotional stuff that we have to figure out, and while we are alive and breathing, the time and energy that we put into figuring it out is really honestly important when you are going to, when the time does come, right? Not to be so, but like honestly, y'all, who knows when the time will come? Hopefully it'll be a while, but there's something about the need to really ask yourself in terms of having interactions with people, and asking yourself if those interactions are tying to your identity of how you see yourself now. Okay, welcome. I don't know if I said it, but my name is Leah. Hi. You can also call me Leia. I've had nicknames of Princess Leia. I've had someone call me Bob too. I have various nicknames, I just love, names are cool, if I could have all the names in the world, I would have that, that'd be awesome. Even names that might be cuss words, it doesn't matter. I like names. I don't know. I feel like I matter. Anyway, so welcome. We are going to look at how you see yourself, okay? That's so important right now, because this is going to give us the starting point of kind of like a blank canvas. Right now I'm getting that there is some things about who you think you are that's tied to other people's actions that brought out this kind of energy within you, where it's kind of like, how would I put it? It's an energy that used to feel a bit uncontrollable, but now you have, for some reason, you've managed to mature out. You've managed to get to know, in a very familiar sense, this part of you that allows you to really just kind of take control of these situations so that you're not tying yourself emotionally to these past, I guess, altercations. Just everyone vibing together, and sometimes people will clash. And I'm getting that you are someone who might clash with others. And there's beauty within that. There's beauty. Okay. Let's begin with the cards. I'm starting with the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations. It's one of my newest decks. It's really cool. So yeah, there's just a need for you to just drop the focus on others and focus on you, and just like, you are the star, okay? You are the star of the show, baby. It's your life. And I know that you're like, there's, you know, like, because I'm getting something about you don't feel as if you are worthy enough to be the star. That's okay, you know? That's where you're at right now, is working on just feeling like you are part of the world and you matter, because you do. Like, honestly, your authenticity, what makes you unique, what sets you apart from others, is so crucial in the future of other people being more themselves too. The more you can accept yourself and the more you can shine like a lighthouse, you can help others who are going through the storm, right? They might be in the eye of the storm of their own kind of like blah, right? They don't know about their own authenticity. You shining your authenticity is like a lighthouse for them, a beacon of hope that, you know, they're not that weird. You know what I mean? They're not that abnormal that it's like I'm getting like, they feel more human, you know, they feel more human being, like they feel more included with others. We have Semikiel, Angel of Vengeance. Ooh, okay. There's some sort of link in terms of your like authenticity where you can link others who, how would I put this, who have some sort of like, you have a way to see eye to eye with your like enemies, or just like people you do not vibe with. There's something within you where it's like you can see past emotional wrinkles in time, like these emotional kind of clashes with others, and it's like you can relate in terms of the reason why this person is clashing in the first place. Like, you can get down to their level and you're like, you know what, that's fair, I see your point. There's something about you have a very great way of seeing another's perspective and finding a way to release something within you that allows you to kind of open your arms up and accept whoever it is that you're like clashing with. Like, I'm getting something about your throat chakra, trying to find a way to practice expressing your authenticity and going about, I'm getting the day and having these small clashes of opposition with others is a great way to strengthen the way that you can express yourself, but also still be able to be welcome to others expressing themselves and flow with that as well. It's like flowing with others' authenticity as well as you flowing with your authenticity. And it's kind of like I'm getting salmon that go upstream where they might knock into each other because their whole goal is to get up the stream. But they kind of forget that there might be other salmon around, or they're so focused on getting up to the top of the stream that they might forget about others around them. So it's, yeah, I'm getting something about the importance. Yeah, and it is hard, especially in the heat of the moment. So there might be a need for you to take a step back, for you to find a way to cool off, if you will. Yeah, something about allowing yourself to just like cool off if you do feel that intense reactivity in terms of an emotional response. Okay. Yeah, this is absolutely making me think of my own stuff. Oh man, it's good though to like just see where you're at, you know, because the best part about seeing where you're at is you can literally change so much because you realize like majority of the stuff you were focusing on does not even matter, and like maybe 10% of the stuff that you were focusing on does matter. And the focus of the 10%, if you do that and release the other 90%, you're going to realize that that's what you really wanted this whole time. In this whole kind of searching and trying to find some answers in terms of it fitting right, it'll fit right, right? The more that you get to that present of where you're at right now, the more that you, like, also I'm getting something about accepting yourself where you're at right now. Because it's something about this perfectionistic view that you want to, like, yeah, I don't know. There's something about you want to be better than who you think you are. But there's something about the whole idea of being better that I'm getting needs to kind of be re-clarified. Is that a word? Re-clarified? I don't know. But kind of looked at again, revised, and see maybe if what you're expecting with yourself is a bit too over exaggerated, if you will, or just a bit too unrealistic, where it's like you can reach a bit for some of that, but you can't reach all of it because it's a bit too out of your reach, right? So imagine if you reach for like maybe half of what you're trying to achieve, right? That is more achievable, okay, than just trying to continue to reach for this that's a little bit out of your reach. Because I'm getting that when you reach like halfway, right, it's going to be halfway closer. And so then you'll be able to reach what before was a little bit out of your reach, right? Because you're closer now, since you chose to instead go half the distance, right? Go half the way towards that full successive goal, right? So imagine you want to earn $500 this month. Imagine reaching for like $250, right? Going half that much and lifting that pressure also off of yourself of performance that is like, you want to perform to a point where it's kind of like, yeah, it's a little bit out of your reach right now with where you're at. And so it's kind of like, once you get to that realistic perspective of who you are, come to the awareness, come to terms, accept yourself. There's something about a lot of these different goals are achievable in ways that are successful for you, where it's like you're able to take that step back from that, just that kind of like overzealousness. And that's okay. It's like, oh, you're so excited, but there's gonna be some time for some recap, RECAP, recap. I don't know, that word just came out. So we have the she, people of the fairy hills, ancient knowledge, help, dimensional. Yes. What is your passion? Do you have a project or work that you wish to accomplish to help the course of humanity? Okay, these are questions for you. Okay. Are you working at raising the consciousness of human race? Do you work with saving the precious forest or environmental issues? Ask for their help. Okay, so, okay, that's such a cool idea. I love that. So when it comes to, when it comes to this need, right, this need to shift in terms, I'm getting something about in terms of releasing that focus on other, especially judging another in their action, and renewing with focus on where you are in this present moment, and kind of there's something about that whole release and refocus is just going to, it's going to help you feel a lot less weighed down when it comes to being more of the sunny version of yourself. I'm getting it's going to help you be able to see the hope and still have that optimism that you had before those interactions, before whatever it is that kind of ties you down. Like your hot air balloon is not going so high, or the fire, the gas in the hot air balloon that makes that fire and makes the hot air balloon rise, right? That gas, it's not that much, right? And it might be also the whole, your energy is getting pulled, okay? So when kind of you focus, right, on other people, you're choosing to use your time and energy, right? And it's okay too, because this is such a human trait that, like, I think it's just part of being human, okay? Is this whole need to focus on others, especially if their actions upset you, or if it's like something that it just makes you emotionally like not feeling it, right? Not feeling that connection towards others, okay? There's something about it's that whole thing of like the temptation to react. It's like kind of like quicksand I'm getting, where it kind of brings yourself down to a whole perspective of like you don't, because the she was talking about the connection with others, right? The whole connection to us being one, right? And when I was talking about the whole like focusing on others' actions instead of focusing on yourself, and that being a human, it's like a human trait, right? So maybe your way of handling the way of releasing and renewing is like a lighthouse, okay, for others in terms of how they also can do it themselves when it comes to releasing their own emotional ties to the past, when it comes to how they see themselves. Because it's so interesting how a person can go through life and they didn't start believing. The card is karmic clearing, y'all. I mean, honestly, the karmic stuff is just all outside matter. That's not your own. That's just releasing it. And it's like, when I say just, it might sound simple, but it's very complex, okay? You can get very into this whole thing of outside matter, because it's so interesting how it can control the way that you see yourself. It can like control your identity. And I would say it's a very quick, very wily energy, right? And you don't notice that you start to believe that your life is a certain way. And you start to give that control to others. But there's something about the opportunity to re-empower yourself, to regain that control, especially of that emotional response in those moments. And when I say in those moments, I mean like you do it in the future going to the past. So like right now, for instance, think of yesterday, maybe a weird interaction, right? In that moment, there's something about finding some kind of method, because there's so many different ways to keep yourself in the present moment, but be able to go back to the past. And I would absolutely recommend going to a professional with this, because I am not a professional, all right? This is just my own experience personally, but the way to regain yourself in the present moment is to go to the past and to allow yourself to release the emotional ties, right? Release those ties to your identity too, and regain yourself back in the present moment, allowing yourself to gain control by saying in the present moment, I am now calling back my energy to my vessel, my present body vessel in this present moment, or something like that. Finding different words to allow yourself to, it's kind of like it's going to be your own saying, but there's going to be certain words that pop out to you that really resonate with like, oh yeah, that does make sense. So allowing yourself to be patient with this. Patience, perspective, right? So there is something about, there's a lot of luxury within what is uncomfortable for you right now, okay? There is a lot of abundance, but it's about seeing the abundance. It's about seeing what life has given you. And it's like a challenge because you are so strong, okay? You are so strong, okay? And it's about allowing yourself to believe that you are. Because, you know, no matter how many people say, oh, you're strong, you're strong, you're strong, the person who's really going to like convince you that you're strong is going to be yourself, okay? When you say it to yourself, it's going to be like weird at first, right? You're going to be like, I don't know about this. You might have doubt. That's okay. It's okay to doubt yourself. The way to really, really show someone that you're strong is to do it, right? To go and take action on the fears that you have, where you know you're going to be safe if you do it, but it's kind of like you feel a bit like if you do this, you'll be humiliated, or like people are going to judge you. You know, like for instance, for me, it took me some time to get back into the gym. You know, I love the gym, right? But the environment is like uncomfortable for me sometimes when I go away from it and then come back. So for me, that fear, I had to work through kind of releasing it by going to the gym maybe 10 minutes and then I leave. Just kind of dipping my toe into that pond, right? So it's not so like this huge mountain that I have to climb, and more so it's like an anthill that I get to step over. It's that perspective of yourself, of knowing that the way that you see yourself is so crucial in the shaping of just kind of the near kind of future of what's up, and like literally, and when I say near future, I mean like the day, you know, or yeah, I would say the day, something like that. So we have mantra, seed, syllable of the goddess Vajrav Ahi, Vajravarahi. Words have great power. Use them for the greater good. Okay. Oh, okay. So what you tell yourself. That's a big one for me, right? What you tell yourself. And, you know, no one else needs to hear what you tell yourself either. So if it is like, you might feel a bit embarrassed, you know, doing these affirmations of encouragement, right? It might be really uncomfortable. That's okay. You know, sing them in your mind, right? Just like, even with whispering them, you know, a little wisps. I love saying that word, wisps, right? There's something about the whole practice of having these very encouraging, uplifting self-affirmations, really helps that whole, your brain is kind of set into this whole different mode of looking at your life, right? Life, there's so many different ways to look at it, right? And it's like, there's so many different people that you can look at in terms of who's the most important person in life, right? And if you're able to allow yourself, okay, because that's the most important part, is in the present moment, to allow yourself, to give yourself permission to say that you're the most important person in your life, right? So start looking at yourself as the first person that you want to kind of go to when it comes to these encouraging affirmations, and allowing yourself to truly believe. Because there's something about having that support system within you that really helps set forth the day, no matter when you start, okay? You could start the minute you wake up. You could start when you have lunch. You could start when you have dinner. You know, you could start during the morning, at night, whenever you choose, right? That is the perfect opportunity. That is the best place to do, is whenever you decide, okay? That is the reading. That's good reading. I want to do a past, present, future to look at the energies, and that is going to be a wrap for this reading. Yeah, that was a really good reading, honestly. Vibin'. 5 of Feathers, strategy, resilience. Okay, that's the past. We got the present, Knight of Shells, charm, passion. Ooh la la, I love that. And honestly, let me just say, if you want to know what gives you passion in life, ask yourself, okay? The answer to know about what you like is going to be within you. Your intuition, baby. Your intuition, that gut, that inner gut knowledge, yeah. That spidey senses. We all Peter Parker here. We all Spider-Man. We all climb and scale those walls. You know? Honestly, kind of wish I could. That would be cool. So the future is 6 of Feathers, transition, and insight. Okay. So it looks like you're going from some sort of, I'm getting someone who's a bit more, going from someone who's a bit more like logic and reason, you know, looking at this in the 3D, right? Like what you see in front of you. And I'm starting to see that you're now transitioning into going within what you see in front of you, like in the 3D, right? Like this desk, you're going into like, who made this desk? What was like the inspiration of the desk? How was the desk made? And that's more so into your goals, your dreams, what you are working on, in terms of this whole transition with the way that you see you in your life. Yeah. Let me see also describing for the 6 of Feathers. Yeah. King of Acorns, optimism and innovation. Yeah. So there is definitely a good, I'm getting kind of more so just like a steady stream of changes, right? And I am getting that some of those changes, like I'm feeling them to be a bit like surprising, like it caught you off guard, but there's something about how you're prepared for this catching off guard that you don't really let, let's say like a bottle falling to the floor, you don't let that bottle fall to the floor. For some reason, you have cat-like reflexes, like that sixth sense, and you, for some reason, predicted that bottle falling on the floor and you caught it in time before it fell on the floor, okay? So there's something about how your premonition, how you're able to predict your future is, there's something about how that's really coming in hand with your whole integrating action in the 3D when it comes to your manifestations, dreams, goals. Sweet. Awesome. That was a great reading. Wow, I am done. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your time and your energy spent in this reading. I hope it has helped and guided you and supported you in life, in just this whole chaoticness of a bunch of human beings living together, and a lot of us don't know who we are, and why not let's go hand in hand and have a awesome kumbaya circle around the world, and I'll say we don't know what we're doing, but we'll do it together and figure it out and help each other out on the way by telling others, hey, this helped me, check this out, hey, wah-wah. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.